there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another TGIF Talks, episode 47. I did not do my normal intro. Whatever. These podcasts are broken down in 4 parts. First, you have how our weeks have been, then the coronavirus news, followed by the comments, followed by some random topic. I'm Dr. Sheep. I'm joined by my co-host, and I'm Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro before it gets too awkward.
Wouldn't you like
You
to
are a
get
bit
away?
off.
It's
Yeah.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. And they're always glad you came.
Alright, are you synchronized again?
No. Anyways, so before we jump into this first part, I was just trying to debate how I wanted to say this. The water bottle, tried to kill himself again. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? It was Wednesday. And, he said some things about some things I said in the podcast. Now, I mean, he was drunk and angry, and that's just how he is. But to be fair, he's right. And, I'm sorry for the things I said. And,
What specific things?
something about, we always talk about, like I said, he doesn't do anything with his life. And I don't mean it in like, oh, he doesn't do anything with his life. It's just, it's not how I mean it. And that's how I come off to people all the time, but I never really mean it that way. And so, it doesn't really justify for any of the things I said, though. And, once he gets better, hopefully, as Mom was telling me, he's doing a lot better this time. I hope we can mend it. And he was... There's a few other things. So, podcast 48, dedicated to the water bottle, again. Anyways, that's how the end of my week went. How was yours?
I was alright. I mean, getting used to the sleep schedule to some extent. Trying to.
Right before classes start next week?
Classes start in what, 2 days?
Yeah. No, a day.
Oh, we have all day today, all day tomorrow, Monday.
Have you been getting emails from your professors?
Yeah. Actually, 2 of my classes have not been set up yet on Canvas, so I have no idea what's going on.
Neither of mine. I've got this. Actually, 3 of my classes, because one of them, the syllabus is on there and everything, but it was as if it was normal. So it's like the finals in December.
So I'm taking 5 total classes. 4 of them are in person, and one of them is just direct online. It's only online or whatever. And so it's a 1 credit hour class. You complete it at your own time or whatever time works best for you. But the class has not been set up on Canvas. And so I have no idea who to contact because it's an online class. And so I'm just like, I mean, I know who the professors from when I signed up. So I'm sure I could find their email through the UNL website to get in contact with them. But it's like, I shouldn't have to go through all that. It should already be set up in Canvas for me. And then I guess 2 of my other classes that I'm taking have not been set up. And then the other 2 have already been set up on Canvas, syllabus and everything. And then the professors have sent out emails about like what's going to be going down the first week of class or whatever. So I'm good with those 2 classes. But my other 3, no idea.
Honestly, I think one class, I think they have 2 online lectures posted for this week. The one class, I don't think he's posting anything, at least that I'm aware of. But it's really irritating me because the one professor, he's like, okay, So, because of how many people are in each of these classes, they're like, okay, we're going to send a survey out. We're going to find out how many people actually want to sit in class. And then if there's too many, we're going to have to, like, alternate days or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, why don't you just make it first come, first serve? You know,
Yeah.
if you take the survey or whatever, or sign up for in-person class first, you get to be in-person class. I don't like this switching back and forth crap. That's going to be really irritating.
Wait, so how is your class doing it? Is it
So, like, one day, you'll be in class.
Yeah.
The next time you have to go in, you won't be. You'll be on Zoom.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't like that. Because you can't get into a routine then.
What do you mean? Your routine is always on Wednesday. So how my class? So one of my classes, how it's going, is it'll be so one class will be last names A through N. The next that'll be Monday, and then Wednesday is last names N through Z or whatever, and then Friday is specifically on Zoom.
Right. See, the problem is I've got...
So I only have in-person class one day a week.
Yeah, I
for
don't...
that class.
It's just, I wish they'd be consistent with it or whatever.
The only thing is I hope that all my other classes follow the same thing. So it's not like I'd rather have it be like, all right, one specific day all my classes are on campus, as opposed to this flip-flop stuff, you know? I don't really want it to be one class is on Zoom for this day, but then that same day another class is not on Zoom. And so then it's
That's what mine's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you don't have to go back and forth from East and City campus. I have to do that. So, like, do I have to be on City this day, or do I have to be on East? And it's just like, no, I don't want to do that. Just have them in person, first come, first serve, call it good. Also, I was thinking, like, how do you make friends now in your classes? Like, you're 6 feet away. Hi!
Hey, how's
How
it going?
are you?
I think it'd be easier to make friends. There'll be so many jokes you can make.
You know, I was talking to my roommate because there's this video where there's this guy named Ezekiel and Tony, and they're on these 2 different islands.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, where he's like, what's your name? Ezekiel. F you, Ezekiel. And then the other guy's like, oh, what's your name? Tony. Oh, screw you, Tony.
What?
I want to do one of those with one of the people in my class.
Let's see.
Like, hello, how are
Hello.
you? What's your name? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like it.
It'll be interesting. I'm only taking 13 credit hours, so it should be fairly manageable. Class is only Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's like a Tuesday, Thursday off for recovery.
I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Monday. Wait, say it again.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, so you have Friday off.
Yes. But, like, it's, like, literally, because, like, the one class is, like, oh, what day do you... So, it's, like, it's Monday and Wednesday. It's my only class Monday and Wednesday. And the guy's like, okay, what day would you prefer to come in? And I'm like, I don't care. It's my only class that day. I would like to just come in. I don't want to have to sit on a freaking Zoom call that day.
No, I'd rather just not come in at all. Just stay at home.
No. I like the in-person class. I need the in-person
Same.
class. I do not like...
I will say in-person class definitely gives me the incentive to participate. I gotta tell you, towards the last half of last semester, it was rough. It was like, oh my gosh. You just get kind of bored.
Yeah. Those Zoom calls are going to be so irritating. Because it's like, I live with 3 other people. We're all going to probably be on Zoom calls then? Like, no, that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Like, all 4 of us on Zoom calls? No, not going to work.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I would rather it'd be first come, first serve. But it's not going to be.
It'll be interesting.
My one class, so my entrepreneurship classes, I haven't heard anything.
Really?
Nothing set up yet. I'm like, cool. The one's
See,
1 credit and the other one's 3 credit. I'm like, it's like the class is like, it's personalized. So like, I should have gotten an email or anything from the professor because I know him. But it's just like, I haven't gotten anything. So I'm just like, I'm just going to get an email Sunday night. Like, hey, set up a schedule for me this
So that's the way one of my physics classes is. And so, like, there's nothing set up on Zoom. And so, like, quite literally, like, if I don't get any notifications, how am I supposed to go on this Zoom call or whatever? Like, how am I supposed to, like, even know...
But see, some of my professors, I don't think they're even going to have class this week.
See, what I might do is...
Or there's not even going to be Zoom calls.
See, what I might do is, obviously, so the first day when I wake up, tomorrow or Monday. If there's still nothing, I'll send an email to those professors.
I mean, I guess I was gonna say if it's a Tuesday class, but you don't have Tuesday class. Never mind.
I don't have Tuesday class.
Like for me, I could see that
because I don't kind of want to that Sunday last minute thing. I don't know. I kind of just want to do it Monday. That way, all right, there's no class or whatever. I don't put myself in a position where there is class, whatever. It's like kind of get out of the, I don't know. I'll just wait till Monday, and then give my professors, and then emails, and then find out from there what's gonna be happening.
I don't know. I don't like this. I wish the university had just been like, okay, you can opt in for online, and you're gonna be online the rest of the semester or in person. But they didn't do that. They let the professors ask the students, but then now the professors are like, we're going to have to swap days. I'm like, if the university had gone ahead and done that in the first place, they could have put them in the right classrooms.
Yeah.
Like, for some classes, they did that. And I'm just like, why don't we get that choice? I just realized my finance class has yet to also send anything. And that's like a freshman class.
Really?
Yeah. Can't wait to be for that one. Get to sit in there. Like, so what year is everybody? I'm like, year 3 senior. Everybody else is like freaking like freshman. I'm like, sup, guppies? Get on my level.
Year 3 senior. Year 5 senior. Ay.
I get to flex.
Yeah, you also had a bunch of high school credits you brought.
True. You got screwed. You took all those AP classes, stressed, and then
I didn't take a whole lot. I only took like 2 or 3.
But did you get any credits for those? Because did you do well in the test?
Yeah, I got credit for 2 of them. Well, so I got credit. Yeah, I got credit for 2 of them.
Oh, you didn't get credit for the third one.
No, I didn't do that good on that test. But then
those sound like those AP classes are way more difficult than what I had to take.
Yeah, and then I also changed my major.
That doesn't help.
So it pushed me back a semester.
And then you failed the class.
And then I failed the class, one of the classes.
Lots of classes.
What?
You failed lots of classes.
What do you mean?
Calculus.
2. That's 2. That's 2! That does not grant lots. That's 2.
Well, I mean, if 0 is good, more than 0 is lots.
I think of lots as a majority.
You wouldn't be sitting here if you failed the majority of your classes. You'd be sitting through summer classes. You wouldn't be going to university, probably.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's why I say 2 is lots.
Okay. Anyways, so that combined with the fact that some classes are only offered once a year as opposed to every semester also kind of adjusted things. Because if classes were still offered once a semester for my major, I probably still would be on track. Because I wouldn't have had to take other classes in replacement and push myself back a semester. Because I think I could have easily have switched some classes out that I didn't really need to take in order to graduate on time. But because of the fact that some classes are only offered once per year, it kind of ruins the whole ordeal.
I've run into that problem, but you just replace it with a harder class. Or a class that sounds harder anyways. To be fair, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of these classes I wanted to take that just got dropped because nobody took them, which they sounded easy, but the more I think about it, they either A, were secretly easy and nobody knew about them, or B, they were really hard and so nobody took them. Maybe I dodged a curveball there, but either way, it really upset me because now I have to take a class that sounds really boring.
Yeah.
Although, you know what's really fun? So, I'll tell people what I'm taking, and I'll say finance, and they're like, finance, that's awful. And I'm like, it's a freshman class. They're like, oh, well then it's I don't think it's going to be that bad. And it's like family finance. It's personal finance, okay? Mm-hmm. It can't be that hard. It's meant to be an easy class. And then I'm like, economic development of a third world country. Third world countries. And they're like, oh, that sounds great. That sounds just right up your alley. And I'm like, why does everybody say that? Every time I say that one, their eyes light up and oh, that sounds just right up your alley. And I'm like, why. But to be fair, I've already taken an economic development class, so I think I should be somewhat well reversed. But to be fair, I didn't listen in that class. I really don't remember much, if anything, from that class, because I don't know what she was trying to teach most of the time.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, this is fresh knowledge. But I got to take some pre-test for that class, I think. Have you ever had to take pre-tests for classes? Because, like, my one class has pre-tests before and then it has pre-tests and post-tests. No tests.
So, I had one of my very first physics classes. It was, like, pre-lecture questions. Like, questions so you could gauge where like, it didn't count for your grade or anything.
No, this counts.
Yeah. So, I guess in that sense, no. But it was, like, he gave you questions just about general knowledge, so you kind of knew where the whole class stood in terms of, like, their knowledge on physics, if there's, like, misconceptions or anything that he needed to, like, change or whatever. Because obviously if he goes into the class and everyone just understands the complete opposite of, you know, of how the world actually works, we have a problem.
Newton's first law is inertia. Inertia is a property of matter. Objects at rest will
continue in motion.
Rest. An object in motion
will continue
throws
to
it at a damn
accelerate.
kid. Will stay in motion unless, well, it hits a child. Any questions?
No, a body at rest. No. It goes like this.
Oh, cardinal.
You are random.
What? There was a it was a cardinal. You don't see cardinals very often.
Up. Squirrel.
Doug. I love Doug.
No. How I do inertia, a body at rest will remain at rest until his mother yells at him to get his slutty hell damn butt out of his bed.
Wow. Anyways. No,
We need to add that word.
No. But?
Yes.
Oh,
but in replace for
donkey.
the A substitution.
I don't know yet. It's tough to decide.
What about the word for feces? Can we add that word?
No.
You said you were.
I know for a fact you cannot say that. Every YouTuber bleeps that one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think they say some do, some don't say but it's just, it's.
Let's see.
That one's a little tougher, but feces they bleep every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
No, they also bleep female dog.
Huh.
And
I feel like I've heard PewDiePie
and the son
use
of a
F-bomb.
father who was not married. Actually, no one even says that one. So.
Oh, no, I've heard
Not very common to swear anymore.
I feel like I've heard PewDiePie use the F-bomb though.
Right, he used to. Not anymore. Not as much anymore, because he has to bleep it.
Why? Doesn't he make enough money?
No.
He doesn't really need. See, eventually I feel like.
Well, no, it's not about that. It's about getting people to watch it. And if there's too much swearing, YouTube's like, no.
Oh.
And that doesn't get pushed in the algorithm.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. I don't know if this doesn't really fit in this segment, but I saw a really cool video about Mr. Beast and taxes, because see, Mr. Beast is like a game show kind of where he gives out money, and so the way taxes work is actually really interesting. Actually, he's on H3 podcast.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
About and he's talking about taxes, and what's really surprising is that there's a whole lot of tax deductions. Not deductions. There's a whole lot of taxes that come with game shows. So, for example, he made the comment that I guess supposedly the reason why so many game shows like to give out like cars and big trips to like Hawaii and all that is because there's like an $8,000 tax that comes with that Uncle Sam needs to take away from that prize. The problem is the game show doesn't pay that. When they give you the prize, it comes out of your pocket. You pay the taxes on it. So most people don't have $8,000 sitting in the bank to shove to put away for this $30,000 car they just brought in. Because a $30,000 car
Nobody
you
else
brought
can
in,
afford the insurance.
Yeah, because the car you just brought in, or say the trip that's worth 14 grand, that's not cash that you can just take out of. It's something that you either cash back in or whatever. I don't even know if you can cash it back in. I don't think they let you. And so it's either you use the prize or you don't. You can't cash it back out for the cash and then substitute the cash for tax money. No, you have to have the tax up front, which means that most people end up turning down the prize. Which how the game show makes money because they get money from people watching or whatever, but then they also get money from people not taking the prizes, so they can just roll the prizes over for the next person to keep rolling over because most people don't have the taxes.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Beast was making this comment. So when he gives out, he likes to give out money because he can just tell the people that he gives out money to. Say he gives out 10 grand to a person, to a random stranger. He can say set aside 30% for taxes. You'll be good. He gave them cash. But the episodes where he gives people little cars, it's a little more difficult because
That's why he buys cars for people now. He doesn't actually
Yes.
give them for him. He buys them for him.
He buys them up front. But see, if he gives them to them, I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's different because it's still like a game. His channel still seemed as a game show, and so when he gives someone a prize, they're collecting something, and so I don't know how the taxes on that quite work. Even though he bought it full out, I don't know how that works. But I will say that it is a tricky matter for him because he spends like millions of dollars on videos.
He also spends millions of dollars in taxes. Some
Yes.
guys like, Mr. Beast, you don't pay taxes. Mr. Beast's like, I pay millions in taxes.
He has a lot of money to pay in taxes. And so it's like, I wonder how many deductions you can get because H3 Podcast made the comment that, all the stuff you do is business oriented. So it's like, I bet if you had some like Saul Goodman accountant, you can get some good deals.
Yeah.
When do you become big YouTubers?
That's how Netflix and Amazon got away with paying like $12 in corporate taxes.
You need a Saul Goodman lawyer and you need a Saul Goodman accountant. That is how you do good.
Well, yeah, and like Amazon got paid by the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't pay taxes. They got paid by the government. Netflix paid like $12 in taxes. I love the memes. People like shelling out 30% of their income for like taxes. Corporations paying $12. Oh man, I just
because there's all these rules in the tax book. That I guess the average person doesn't pay attention to because it doesn't apply to them. But some of the really good lawyers, they know this stuff.
Accountants.
Accountants. CPA, certified public accountant. Some of they know this stuff. They know all the fine print, so they're like, "I get you a good deal, my friend."
That's why you get an accountant. Don't do your taxes yourself. I know a lot of people like, but the taxes. I'm like, yeah, an accountant will almost always get you a tax return.
Yeah.
And so it just comes out of that.
But how good a return you get is dependent on how good your accountant is.
I get a good return.
No, but I talk about when you're a big YouTuber, or like when you're a guy making millions.
Oh, once we're YouTubers, we won't pay taxes.
What? What?
We're gonna start our own country.
Yes. We'll be our own country. No
so,
taxes.
so I was on Twitter last night tweeting about Chad.
Yeah.
13 million people that look like they could need some help. We're gonna ride in, overthrow their government that's already having civil war. Squash the rebels and install democracy. Because Chad is the most Chad place. And we're still going to keep it Chad because Chad's an awesome name. Plus it's named after their lake, which is also drying up, which is sad.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was like, what's the weather like in Chad? Not the same as here. Or at least in their capital it was at like midnight last night.
Hey, Chad, how's the weather?
It was
over
90
there?
degrees with 94% humidity. I was like, yep, sounds about right.
Hey, Chad, how's the weather over there in Chad?
It was like 96%. It's like 94% humidity at 90 degrees. I was like, yeah, that was this today. Might have been even warmer here today.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chad. Also, follow us on Twitter.
Oh, by the way, I think was it either today or tomorrow. Mr. Beast has his island video
That's
coming up.
today. We're in the Survivor Challenge.
Yeah. See, think about the taxes on that. An island, my friend.
Yeah, well, I hope Chris or Carl wins it.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's one of the randos that you don't really see too often.
I hope it's Carl, because Carl's never won.
That is true. Well, neither the other half of the contest, because it's always their usual 5 or 6 people, but then he had some of the new people, a part of that group of 10 that helped with the lottery tickets. What?
I still can't believe $1 million in lottery tickets and they still didn't win. That's crazy. That means the odds in winning are still above 1 in a million. What he needs to do is his next video, buy the odds. So, suppose the odds are, like... These are scratch-offs, though. Yeah, so whatever the odds are of winning a scratch-off... hello! Hello. You might want to move that. Oh, this is the smart dog that can actually climb. Please don't touch the keyboard. We're going to have problems. I'm glad I'm wearing the mask. There's a lot of hair in it. Why are you laying next to me? No, don't put your head on me. New segment time. Could you not? He wants to be your friend. Coronavirus news. Why are you scared of him? I'm not scared. I just don't want him to touch the space bar. Oh yeah. Coronavirus news. 21.4 million coronavirus cases. You scared him. Boom. Are you going to react to 21.4 million coronavirus cases? That is a lot. Well, I don't even remember what it was the last time we looked at it. Hey, 2/3 have recovered. That's good. 765,000 deaths. U.S. case count at 5.4 million. Brazil, 3.28 million. India, 2. Oh boy, India's growing fast. That did 2 days ago, and then... We're not growing as fast as the ones below us, but we're still growing much faster than the rest of the world. And then yesterday? Well, we had a big day yesterday. We had 60,000 cases. 80? No one had 80, we had 60. Your eyes are bad. Well, the 6 looked like an 8. My bad. I could tell you 6. Anyways, let's just pick on the U.S. here. 171,000 deaths. Oh, hey, we need somebody to die of corona. Right now. Yeah. So it can be 172,000. Refresh the page. Somebody die right now. This is my coronavirus gun. I see. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, California did go crazy. Let's go to home. There you go. 29,000 cases. We're still growing not as fast as Kansas. Hey, Kansas will infect us now. Still going up. Yeah, but now we're going up much faster than our recovery rate. Wait, go. Wait, up, that, wait, down. Other graph. Down. No, other graph. That one. Yes, that one. We are going up. We're still not up where we were. Yep. But we're getting there. Once classes start back up again, I'm afraid we're going to see it go back up. Let's go back to the U.S. graph for that. No, down. Down. Yes, that one. Well, I remember these days. We all thought the virus was going to be gone. And then we had Florida. Florida and then the protests. Yeah. Total deaths It's going back up to be that steep line we see here. Yeah, still not as steep though. Although the deaths, see, they dropped and now they're coming back up. Although I think it's much flatter than the first curve though, the deaths. So far anyways. Which is probably because we know how to treat it more now. Yeah. And also, it's not old people doing it anymore.
It's young people. That's the big deal with that.
Yeah, all the older people are staying home. Just going out when they need food.
Yeah, and young people are like, let's go party, woo!
Yeah, the bars are open.
They were.
Aren't they still, or no?
Not for much longer, I feel like.
So they are still open.
Yeah. So. Oh, boy. A lot of people are dying in Florida, but that's because there's a lot of boomers. So, yeah. Rough time. Don't.
I lay right here.
Why? You don't even know me. I don't even know you. Don't you dare! I swear to God, if you hit the space bar, you won't be happy. That's right, it's a threat.
He's trying to get comfy.
Yeah, this. Oh, you guys haven't seen the video yet. This is the smart dog.
The smart one.
The other one's dumb. It doesn't know how to go down the stairs.
Oh. Yeah. Actually, if we take the camera, I bet we can just show him at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, probably. He's probably just like... Because you left him up there. You're not a very good friend.
He hasn't taught him how to use stairs yet.
You're not a very good friend, though. Well, anyways. I'm kind of just worried about dog hair in my water, to be fair. Anyways, yeah. So, you ready to get the virus?
Thank you all for watching.
No. You ready to get the virus this week? Or next week, I should say?
You mean the week after that?
Yeah.
Because next week will be online.
Yeah.
It'll be the week after that you get the virus.
Yep. You ready to get the virus?
And we'll bring these around campus. we should... What do you think would happen if we wore these instead of like the little face mask UNL provides? Actually, I'm just gonna come in a full-on hazmat suit.
No, we gotta make that short film with Kyle.
Breaking Bad hazmat suit. Yes.
Too bad we can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
This spring.
This spring we'll walk around like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. You got more fat than I do.
Man, remember back in like what, January, February, how we were joking around how, see, back before we had any mask policy, back before like there were only a few cases in the U.S. or whatever. Remember how we joked around? We should go around wearing a mask with the sign that says "First case detected in Nebraska."
Yeah, funny how things change.
First case in Nebraska.
Oh. So I saw.
We can't do that anymore, though.
So I saw this meme where it's like me holding a coffin in public because I'm choking on my saliva so people don't think I have the coronavirus. Person below's like, no, I cough in public to keep people away. And then I added on to it. You know, you cough in public, somebody moves closer to you because they want the virus so they're immune. That's when you look over at them like, oh, I just got back from Africa. I probably have TB.
Oh
You probably should go away. Everybody's like, that's pretty good. Like, my roommate, I coughed or whatever, and he got close, and I was just like, I have TB. He's just like, whoop.
I have the plague.
No, I was coughing, and he was standing next to me, and he's like, oh, corona. I'm like, oh, no, it's TB. He just went, whoop, into his room and was going to shut the door. I was just like, yeah, I'd stay away.
No, he'd be like, that's okay. I got the plague.
Oh, my God.
I got Black Death in my system.
That reminds me of this girl on House that got the Black Death from a puppy.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, dog ear.
I'm. See what you did? Do you regret your decision?
He's like, I will get more intimate with you. You know, most things would go away when they start messing with your ear like that. Anyways. Oh, he don't give a damn. He's like, please stop talking. Well, anyway.
I'm trying to sleep here.
Anyways. So yeah, we're all gonna get the virus. It's gonna be fun. Like you said, I'm gonna go on my date, maybe possibly, and get the virus.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Maybe. I don't know if it's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun. So yeah, the world's ending.
2019.
I still remember in January or whatever, we bought the masks. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Everybody's like, you're going to scare people. Not anymore. We're not the scary ones anymore. We're the sane ones. That's
the only sane ones.
That's the crazy part. We went from being the crazy ones to like the sane ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, part of the deal is that we have a mask policy. If there was no mask policy, then, I feel like half the people wouldn't be wearing one. At least that's the way my store was. People didn't wear masks unless they had to.
Yeah. Go get it. Go. Go.
Nope.
So yeah. It's yeah. New segment time. Comments. So the coronavirus thing was getting stale. Maybe we'll get more views with you. Maybe you're like a girl. You just drooled on I was gonna wipe your corona-infested slime off me, but that's fine.
Here, I'll take the keyboard.
No, I don't trust you anymore. Just
here, I'll control it. It'll be good.
The drool?
No, the keyboard.
Yuck. I don't, as you can tell, guys, I like dogs. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like drool.
Oh.
Or like dogs on me, really.
I like dogs. I just don't want any part of them. That's what it sounded like.
Anyway, RBB. Sending blood is a bit sus, no? But nice vid. Thank you. And yeah, it is a bit sus.
Wait, what video was this?
Oh, this is Belle Delphine sell her did Belle Delphine sell her blood? TGIF T46. Oh, I just anyways, yeah, he don't like Belle Delphine. He's not a simp, he's a Chad. Yeah, oh yeah, we said that. He's the Chad dog because he's up and down the stairs. Anyways, getting drunk for TGIF Talks 47. Spazzy McGee commented, Phil, this doesn't taste like LSD. Doc, have you tasted LSD? Phil, this is besides the point. Doc, cheers.
Oh my god.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
Water bottle, 0 out of 2 on the Drunk Podcast. You're killing me, Phil. His statement there isn't too appropriate now. Anyways, are you smarter than me? Challenge. Spazzy McGee commented, Rory read the water bottles. Spazzy McGee commented, annual, better to be on the next one. Yeah, that's the plan. You're gonna write the next one.
Wait, what?
I want Will to write the next one.
Oh, wait, right next one what?
The next Quiz Bowl.
Oh. When's that coming out?
I mean, we could do it this winter.
Wait, is there a geography?
No. No, that was the water bottle. We already read that. Anyways.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. He knows a lot about geography.
Yes. DIY 16. Mrs. Wage's DIY one-step pickling solution. Review. Look how many views this has.
Wow.
Also,
138.
Yeah.
Little League.
Huh? Also, look how many subscribers we have. Hey, I called you Chad.
Wait, I wonder if one of them went upstairs. I mean outside. I don't know. Mom might have left.
She did leave a while ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to entertain you guys for the time being. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Myself, actually. Yeah, I'm not very good at this anymore. So, oh yeah, to whomever is watching this, for my potential date this week, this is what I do. We sit here and we make podcasts and science videos. Oh, and yeah, so hi. Phil's back. Hello.
Hi.
Anyways, did you also notice 154 subscribers?
Yeah.
We were like 149, 148 last week. You know what happened?
Yeah, we got a shout out.
Yes, I was watching the Rentalman Bucks live stream of him cutting grass.
Yeah.
And I was leaving some chats. I didn't expect it comment. I just wanted him to read the questions. I didn't expect him to say my name or anything. But no, he actually shouted me out. He's like, Dr. Sheep! And I'm like, uh-oh.
With every subscriber, we get further and further away from zero. We have negligible views and subscribers compared to,
him.
Beast, Mr. Beast, and PewDiePie.
Okay, anybody has negligible views compared to Mr. Beast, alright? The only people that get anywhere near the kind of views Mr. Beast are like artists.
Artists.
You know,
like
Taylor Swift. Otherwise, Mr. Beast rakes it in.
That's true.
Anyways,
we should start music. We should start a band.
Anyways,
upload music videos.
Who here?
Comment down below if we should upload music videos.
Comment #music video. Anyways, P Steven 8743 commented that it's this is for the pickling solution one. That's a quart jar. You're supposed to use a pint jar. That is 16 ounces. I know. I realized it after I stopped recording. I was using the wrong size jar.
Do you think that messed up the concentration?
No.
No.
How does more volume mess up the concentration?
Well, because maybe it was, it wasn't enough. Maybe it needed to be even further less concentrated than it already was to get an effect.
Huh? Anyway, I'm like, how does more volume,
yes,
but the same amount of stuff?
You're making it even more or less concentrated to get a different effect.
I mean, it still made pickles, just slower than they said it did.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe if you change the concentration.
Well, anyways, do you remember how I said I was gonna make pickles with the picklesicles?
Pipsicles?
Yeah,
say that word again.
The pickle ice. The picklesicles.
Yeah. Picklesicles.
Yes.
Picklesicles.
So if you dump
say that 8 times fast.
No. If you dump out, so like if you leave, so I left them in the jar for I don't know a while. If you dump that back out and then dump more in, they do turn into pickles.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're not the greatest pickle in the world, but they do turn into pickles.
So they won't go very well on a hamburger.
They're not the strongest.
I see.
Anyways, I commented, thank you. I realized that after
Oh yeah, they're meant to sandwiches. We can talk about your sandwich.
What sandwich? There's nothing. It was it was the 2 heels of the bread, and the freaking meat was hanging over the sides.
It looked like a sandwich to me.
I didn't say it wasn't a sandwich. It just looked wrong.
You said there's something wrong with my sandwich. There's nothing wrong with the sandwich. It looked like a sandwich. It's still a sandwich. What's wrong with it?
That wasn't the problem. That it wasn't. Never mind. Never mind.
It was still a sandwich.
Whatever. Also, did you guys notice the background? We have the cats. You can clearly see them now. And days without a will incident. 28 days today.
Days are used as a substitution for the word podcast.
What? It has not been 28 podcasts. I mean,
wait, what is that? Then what does that mean? 28.
So no, it's incident. So Will wasn't on the podcast 4 weeks ago. He was here sitting in the room with us or whatever. And well, he wouldn't listen to Kyle and I when we told him what to do. And so therefore it was an incident, and so he lost podcast time. And so now, it's 28 days since the last...
But you said today will become 29, though.
No, today was 28.
Oh. So, okay. So then so it is actual days. Okay, cause I thought you're kind of like weeks or whatever.
No.
And I remember this incident, and so I thought that's what that was referring to.
No, that's a different incident. This is a different incident. We still, yes, that incident will still always be remembered.
And it was because he wasn't giving you information that you wanted.
Yes. Anyways, I also told the guy, yes, thank you. I realized that after the recording was done. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
You made them wrong.
Anyways, unboxing a Swift SW350T lab microscope. Spazzy commented, so you don't like the sound of styrofoam rubbing together. I might have to exploit that. Like, even just saying that and thinking about it.
But what about the sound that you get when you rub two pickles together?
Okay, SpongeBob. Anyways, yeah. Ransom Man Buck gave us a shout out. We gained a bunch of subscribers. Thank you. Meant a lot. I commented on Moose LP 2006. That's our old music teacher's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I commented something about... Because he was like, I know it'd make you guys happy if I did this. It also would make me happy. He's like... And so I made the communist joke. I was like, YouTuber says, this will make me happy. Subscribers, this will make us happy. We. And then he commented, hey, on mine. Like, hey, you're watching the same video. And I'm like, and I commented back, hey.
See.
Yeah, so, good time. So, yeah, thanks to him, we gained several more subscribers. We are now closer to 200 than 100, and it's crazy because, a year ago, I don't think we were more than... Were we 50-some... How many subscribers did we have last summer?
I don't know, but this summer we just made a 101 special.
Yeah, and we're already...
That was earlier this summer.
Yeah, that was May.
That was, No, it was in June. Because I got my first haircut in like 3 months. In like the first week of June or whatever. And so I remember that it was that same day when we had the tree planting video.
But we were like 120 something by the time we actually got the tree planted.
It's true.
But either way, if we keep growing at this kind of pace, we'll be at 200 by 2021.
Yeah. Wait, what are the requirements for like monetization and all that? Was it 1,000 watch hours?
1,000 subscribers and 10,000 watch hours.
1,000 subscribers and 10,000 watch hours. And
that 10,000 watch hours is a 6-month period. The 1,000 subscribers is just 1,000 subscribers.
6-month period.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 12-month period.
No, 6 months.
6 months. And so how many are we at in 6 months?
Nowhere close.
Let's see.
But I think this fall we're going to see an uptick because, interesting enough,
We have physics videos coming out.
well, that, but also, do you remember the Newton's third law video? And do you?
Oh yeah.
And do you remember, my DIY video on the pumpkins?
I remember they were up there in views.
Well, the Newton's one surpassed it.
Really?
It's at 900 views.
Holy cow!
And Can You See a New Moon at Night is closing in behind DIY pumpkin carving.
Wow.
DIY pumpkin carving is at 896. It's at 871.
2.7 thousand views.
2.2 thousand.
Oh, 2.2.
On H3 Podcast, my Corona State. I suspect. I kind of hope the New Moon at Night will catch DIY pumpkin carving, but I think DIY pumpkin carving, once October hits, it's gonna go whoop and start climbing again.
Until October's over.
I honestly, I'm gonna do another DIY pumpkin carving. I think we could really harness some stuff off of that.
Yeah.
Like the Easter one, that did well too. It got like 60 some odd views. 60, 70 some odd views. So I'm like, these DIYs is so stupid. They get so many views. And I put no effort into them.
We need to make more.
But I hate them. They're all horrible videos. I put no effort into them.
People love them. Give the people what they want.
I know. Apparently, that's what everybody likes are my low effort videos.
We're going to make more of those. Comment down below what our next DIY should be.
At least we're getting more recent videos in the top, like the DIY.
We'll make DIY masks.
It's a little late for that.
All right, we'll make DIY.
Cool. So if there's no vaccine,
DIY vaccines.
So. Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yes.
For just a.
We're gonna make a.
No, we're gonna kill somebody.
No, we'll put the warning at the beginning. Do not try anything you're about to see, because I'm a trained professional.
People won't watch it then. They'll be like, "Oh, this is fake. this is fake already." No, we gotta we gotta
DIY vaccine.
We have to be careful with that. All right. Anyways, a DIY 16 Mrs. Wages. It's got 138 views. Now, at least one video I'm really proud of. Not super proud of, like as in like, oh, this is a great video. It's okay. It's pretty good.
Calcite orb.
No, not that one. Why does it feel good to scratch mosquito bites? 162 views.
No, you love the calcite orb video.
This one we're gonna keep milking views out of this every summer.
Wait, go back to the what is a mysterious calcite orb? Is that the video that you hate the most? That has the most views or whatever? You said that was up there.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
You said calcite orb.
No, these. I hate these. All of these DIYs. The DIY milk jug flower pot, DIY milk jug watering can. I hate both of them. They're both awful. They are worse than this one. The moldy bread experiment. Holy crap, it's at 330 views. That was only like at 100 not too long ago.
Hey, did we still have it? Or did we throw it away?
No, your mother threw it away.
Oh, I was curious what it looks like now. We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
We should do it again. And then just kind of like hide it somewhere. Because think about it, like we forgot about it for so long. We pull back out like years later, like, oh yeah, remember this? Look, the bread's gone.
No, because that stuff was like preserved in bleach and hydrogen peroxide. It wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, those weren't gonna do anything. But yeah, I mean these are all just okay. I can't believe that's at 330 views, but it's such a drop off though, because it's like 2,900, 900, 900.
You need another like
800, 300, 300, 300.
No,
200, 200, 100.
Is the watch time on the H3 podcast, is it still longer than the actual video?
It doesn't get a lot of views anymore. I wonder
if it's because people watched it at like, half speed or whatever.
No.
No,
it's because people would click on it. It would start and they're like, wait a minute, and then they would rewind and then they'd play it again.
Oh.
Or they just play it a few times since it sat there. And that doesn't always count as a view. It's like multiple views.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I think the other one wants in or outer.
New segment time. While he's gone, I'm going to pull up the next segment. I guess we're already here, aren't we? It's in playlists. Let's see here. Psychology and sociology. Days. Dr. Sheep philosophy. And it was what makes us human. Do opinions matter? Color. It was the third Dr. Sheep philosophy. What makes us human? Some of these videos have done pretty well, actually. Some of these philosophy videos.
Really?
Yeah, ever since I stopped doing them. But, maybe we'll start back up this fall. I don't know. They never got very good views, so I was never sure if I wanted to.
Oh wait, what are all the ones you made? True Love.
That's the last one.
Happiness, Color, Opinions. Scroll up.
I don't remember.
Should
what the
you
pilot.
swear?
Yeah, that was a
Pilot. What was the pilot?
I don't remember. Let's watch this. What's okay? So what? Okay, what quote?
YouTubers.
Are we gonna watch this? Wait, is this going into the podcast?
We're still recording. We're in it right now.
This is like 16 minutes.
We're not gonna watch the
Hi
whole
there,
thing.
Dr. Sheep here. Welcome
Wow,
back to
look
another
at the
Floss
good old
video.
days.
Now, before you click off, you gotta answer the question for next video. That question is it human nature to want to share information about yourself?
Okay, so what was the thing? What was the question? What was okay? You had a question about something I said.
Yeah. Oh. So it's your comments on. The,
Oh,
no. So, people. So the main comments on what makes us human, which is from the last video
right.
that you asked people to comment on. People actually wait. I wrote it down.
No, they're right here.
What?
They're right here.
No. But the last video. The video before this was comments about this question.
Oh, right. Oh, so we need to click on should you swear. Okay.
And so, they mentioned emotions and language.
Right.
And then you said, no, I don't really believe those are what make us human. You said what makes us human was solely our ability to ask questions and our curiosity. You said other animals can be curious about certain things, like, oh, I wonder what's over there.
Other animals can have emotions.
Yeah. Other animals can be like, I'm going to go over there, oh, what's behind this bush or whatever. Maybe there's some food or whatever. But then the idea of, they don't question their thoughts or whatever. They don't question why they're curious or whatever. You said that specifically is what makes them human, or is what makes us human, because other animals don't have this this ability, this theory of mind is what they call it or whatever. Well, no, I guess that's not even theory of mind. Theory of mind is when you're curious about other people's opinions. For example, it's something that doesn't develop in a child until they're 4 or 5 or whatever, because I think it's the Ann test or whatever. How because I guess one of the child is named Ann or whatever in the story, and they ask the child, well, how did Ann feel? And they don't know. They don't know how to answer it because they don't know how to put themselves in other people's shoes to see from other people's perspective, and they're not curious about what other people would think because they're only concerned about themselves.
That's weird.
It's called theory of mind.
That's the thing, though. You could think back to a time like that. I don't remember any. I don't remember ever thinking like that or
That's why it's so hard. That's why it's hard. To not get mad at a child. You can't really get mad at a child when they're younger than 4 or 5, because they don't really understand why you're mad. They get that. They know you're upset because of your facial expressions.
Mm-hmm. And yelling.
Yes. And so they know that what they're doing is wrong. But they can't yet see from your perspective why what they're doing is wrong. And so they don't truly understand that.
So you just tell them it's wrong. It's
wrong. Yeah. Yeah. But, and so that was one of the points that you brought up, though, is since other animals don't have a theory of mind, and they don't ask us questions, like, for example, chimpanzees, that's not what makes us human. And so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, we should almost rephrase the question to be not what makes us human, but what makes us so much different than our primitive ancestors, and that why is it that...
what makes us human, I put that because that was a good
what makes us human?
Clicky title.
Yeah. And so, but I think what the question is really asking, how I viewed it as, what traits, what physical traits are so different about us that no other animals, can compare.
Bipedalism.
Yeah, bipedalism was number one. That is what I came up with as my number one thing, as what makes us so different that no other animal can compete with us in terms of mastering their environment. Because other animals just seem to, compete for survival. They eat, sleep, and die. That's basically...
Eat, sleep, reproduce, and die.
Eat, sleep, reproduce, and die. That's all there is to their life. Whereas, humans, we have a natural desire to want to be curious, like you said. But I wanted to go deeper into that and, what about us is different that we have that curiosity. Like, for example, our primitive ancestors before us, that were, in caves or whatever, obviously we're still... they're still considered anatomically modern humans. Mm-hmm. And so, if you go further than that, to Luca is what they called it, the last common ancestor between chimps and humans or something like that. Some acronym or whatever. And it's what specifically about them is different. And the answer is bipedalism. Bipedalism is the reason why they became so much different, because it freed up their hands for survival. It allowed them to be more mobile, because see, what was also happening around this time period, around 7 million years ago, was the savanna started to dry out in certain areas. Mm-hmm. And so it was no longer this, this beautiful greeny grass rainforest. Forest, yeah, it was almost like a forest too. And so some of the chimps decided to stay in the trees and continue to move onward. And then with the trees as they moved out. And then others decided to just move out into the open plains. Either because they got trapped there, because trees were moving out around them, and so they just got stuck in the open land. Or for whatever reason. But nonetheless, those chimps that were put in that position, because of bipedalism, it allowed them supposedly to form language. Because when this happened, they needed a way to communicate with others about their new surroundings or whatever. And so they needed words to describe where to go. They needed to deviate tasks or whatever.
Yeah, but language didn't develop until a long time later, didn't it?
Well, they had language as we know it. Because, see, what started to happen is the larynx would descend in our throats to allow us to make more deep and complex sounds. Because there's only so many sounds that you can possibly make with your mouth. But
humans have probably some of the most wide variety.
But it's because of our larynx, which allowed us to make more complex sounds.
So my Jim goes, "Wah!" And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Anyways,
that sounded like a trip.
But anyways, but you were kind of saying that language was not one of those things that makes us human. But I kind of argue that it is. There's so many different languages on this planet, and I mean, other animals do have a sense of language. But I think it's, our ability to make our language is physiologically different.
Right.
And also, there was another comment. You said, brain size. You said, so we actually are not the largest brain to body weight ratio species.
I thought we were. You always told me we were.
No, I didn't. Dolphins are. In terms of mammals, dolphins are.
Oh. Dolphins
have us beat. And then actually...
Dolphins.
But see what you might have thought about it or whatever, because you also mentioned how, tiny insects and rats or whatever, they're puny brains.
Rats are very smart.
The thing about it is that because they're so small, their body weight ratio makes their brain size just jump through the roof. They have extremely large brain to body weight ratios because they're practically massless. I mean, not really, but you get my point. And so,
you always told me though.
I don't think I did. If I did, I must have misspoken. Because I've known for a long time that dolphins were number one.
Well, you probably told me this a long time ago.
Well, when you made this video, you didn't fact check it.
Because it was coming from you. I should expect you to be fact checked already.
What? I don't even know when I would have said this, because I've known for a long time that dolphins had us beat in terms of brain to... Maybe you just remembered me wrong or something.
I don't remember. I don't even remember making these videos anymore.
Yeah.
That's like, some YouTubers remember making their videos. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember them at all.
Yeah. But no, I was watching this. I was like, what makes us human? And I was like, that's interesting. And then I was like, because I was also thinking about, Vsauce's video that he made too.
About the cognitive...
trade-off hypothesis, yeah.
It's always a fun one. Yeah, I mean...
So, the top things that make us different are definitely bipedalism, our brain, which allows for language. Because actually, supposedly, the part that allows for language supersedes the part that allows for in-depth memory, which is why chimps supposedly have a higher short-term memory. We sacrifice...
Well, it's our prefrontal cortex.
No, language is
Well, I know it's not in the prefrontal cortex, but our prefrontal cortex is huge compared to other animals.
Yeah, no, but no. The part of the brain that controls language is so large that the part that controls memory cannot get as large. So they're saying that our language is what's holding back our memory, which is why we have a longer long-term memory, but our shorter short-term memory cannot compare to chimps, which seem to remember everything like that.
Just remember, one of these days we're going to install micro SD cards into the back of our heads.
Oh, yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that upgrade to come. Where I can just plug 2 terabytes into my head. Cool.
I think the brain is larger than that. What if that's just 1%?
No, but think about it though. It's 2 terabytes, but it's high speed storage. So
how high speed is the brain though? What if that's low speed compared to the brain? What if that's having dial up?
Don't you remember how slow electronic signals go?
268 miles an hour.
Yeah. Do you realize how much faster it is to upload these into a micro SD card?
I don't know. There's no wires in the brain. How are you gonna
Neuralink.
Neurally?
Neuralink. That's one of Elon Musk's companies.
So they make...
They're putting wires into the human brain so we can control things with our mind.
What?
And hook into systems with it. It's going to be cool.
I see. But what about the blood-brain barrier? How does it interfere with that in any way?
I don't ask these questions.
I
just accept
that is an important thing that we should ask.
Well, they've been putting freaking crap in our brains forever. Since the 90s.
Yeah, but I feel like it opens room for infection.
Penicillin.
Last thing you need is
penicillin.
Rona infecting the brain.
Hydroxychloroquine. Does not work, kids. Hydroxychloroquine does not work to cure the Rona, alright?
We'll try it on DIY.
Shoot.
Yes! No, alright. So our DIY vaccine video, our test subject will be Will.
Oh my god, we're going to inject him with hydroxychloroquine. The side effects are so awful of hydroxychloroquine.
They can't be worse than death.
Rona won't kill him, though.
It could.
He
has a 1% chance. That's huge. That's more than 0, my friend.
Oh my gosh. So it's only 0.3% chance. Still not 0 though, right? On the meme, it's this picture of these sheep at night, and their eyes are reflecting all the light, And so their eyes are lit up. And it's your chances of being killed by a sheep are never 0. Are low, but never 0. And it's just these demonic looking sheep. Oh and I'm nice.
Oh, did you watch PewDiePie's new video?
Which one?
About liquor tasting? Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of funny. He smelled them and was like, oh, yes.
He straight up forgot what he smelled and was like, oh, this is the good one. And he's like, that's the €20
one.
To be fair, though, that company had never made whiskey before. That was their first whiskey, so it's like, can you really expect it to be good?
I don't know.
Oh, no, to be
Well,
fair,
he smelled it and he was like, "Yes, this is definitely the good stuff." But then he said the other one had a better aftertaste.
it had a better taste in general.
Yeah,
Didn't smell as good, but tasted better.
but it had a smoother aftertaste or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it was that company's like first whiskey, so you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing about whiskey company. You ever think about that? If you're aging your whiskey, you know, for like those extended period of life, you're not gonna have a product for years,
Yeah, it's like 23 years.
and you don't know if that product's gonna be any good.
Yeah.
You know, you threw it together and just like, well, we'll see what happens.
100-year-old whiskey, still in the making.
Yeah, I don't think there's any aged 100-year aged whiskey.
I mean, they would have had to start 100 years ago.
So it's funny. American whiskey actually uses barrels for like you actually uses Scotch barrels.
Yeah.
So like, Scotch is made in those barrels, and then American whiskey uses those barrels, which I thought was interesting. Anyways, back to the philosophy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you have a point there. I would, yeah, the top things that make us human. I mean, language is on there, I guess. I never like said it just straight. I guess maybe I did say it was
You
straight
did
up
kind of
wasn't.
say you did. That's the thing that kind of got to me. You said language was not one of them.
But maybe
Sure.
I was just going for.
And
that
then it
number
was kind of
one.
the idea that you said that solely curiosity or whatever. 'Cause I was like, other animals are definitely curious though. I mean, that's the whole reason why animals do anything.
Right.
They are curious. I mean, obviously they're curious for different reasons. I mean, obviously we were curious like that for the longest time. I mean, even before we were human, you know, and we saw flames or whatever. I mean, I don't know if those were modern humans or whatever, but they were still curious about it, and they bothered to throw meat in there.
I thought the Neanderthals had fire too, didn't they?
Well, they controlled fire. They're able to make fire. But as far as just being curious about it and just throwing meat in there and be like, oh, this tastes better.
They never cooked meat. The Neanderthals.
What? No, they were able to make their own fire. Before that, before there was fire, they would rely on like lightning or whatever to make their fire.
Right. I know that.
I'm saying Neanderthals mastered fire. They had controlled fire. What's your question?
Well, did they cook meat with it?
Yeah, what else would you use fire for?
Well, you made it sound warmth. The main reason was the Ice Age.
No. Neanderthals also lived like down south, like in the African savannah too.
Also, it gets cold at night in the desert.
Yeah, but you also have to remember they didn't have clothing though. They made clothing. They made clothing too.
Let me tell you this: it gets real warm. It gets yeah. Without clothing, it gets cold.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely used it to cook food. I don't know if they were the first.
Well, you just made it sound like when you first started talking, they weren't cooking food.
I don't know.
Like if you play it back, it sounded like you.
Yes, I know what I said. Yes, I know what it made it like I said. Yes.
That's why I was like, they didn't cook food, but you just said they
Maybe
did.
I don't know. I don't know the whole timeline, but my point is that I'm trying to make though.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Is that other animals were still curious about different things. I know for a fact chimps use tools.
Right.
I know for a fact that they
tools don't make us human.
What?
That's why tools don't make us human.
Yes, but they're a way of thinking though.
Right. Did the Neanderthals? Did they have language of any sorts?
I'm sure they had a way of communicating. Chimps have a way of communicating. Dolphins can communicate.
Right.
All animals have a way of communicating. Wolves can communicate.
Oh, wolf. You imagine a dog just going woof.
I mean, obviously, wolves, they hunt in packs, There has to be some sort of communication that goes on.
I suppose. Again, that's why language, and I guess
Because
language makes us human, but communication does not. I think that's where I was getting. I think I was just
yeah,
cramming those two together and calling it the same thing.
yeah. We have language. I'd say we have language because we are human, though.
So it doesn't make it.
I'd say, yeah, I think we were human before we had language. I think the defining factors for human would be definitely bipedalism.
Well, number one isn't bipedalism.
What?
The cognitive trade.
That came from bipedalism. That came because we left the tree.
Right, but I mean, there were true, but there are species that had bipedalism before humans.
Not like us though. Like chimps can walk upright, but not for a long period of time.
Neanderthals walked up, right?
They're still considered human though.
Really?
It's a debatable issue that still goes on, and so because supposedly if there are two different species, their offspring cannot reproduce.
But
like a mule, for example,
yes.
mule, and so that's one of the characteristics. But because we have Neanderthal DNA in us, it questions whether or not they should even be considered a different species.
So humans have been around longer than
Yes.
40,000 years.
I would definitely say humans migrated out of Africa. It'd be like saying what migrated out of Africa was not humans. We became humans after that. Because another point of view that people like to look at it is that humans originated, not out of, we originated out of Africa, but the Homo sapiens that we know today killed off all the other species of humans. And we took some of their DNA because we're still close enough links to still reproduce, so we took some of their DNA, but we killed off all the other species of humans.
Hey, you guys are not Chads.
Yeah. So like Homo erectus and all them, they all died because we were overpopulated in the area.
I didn't know it was because of overpopulation. I thought it was because they were just too big.
That's a theory though.
Oh, I guess humans did kill off all the megafauna. I forgot about that. The number one reason megafauna went extinct was humans.
Yeah.
Isn't it one of the main reasons?
I don't know.
Other than climate change, humans killed off most of the megafauna. At least, no, that's why they went extinct in North America. Humans kill off the megafauna in North America. I think in East Asia and stuff.
Are you talking about the mammoths and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodos, I know for a fact, exclusively went extinct because of humans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mammoths were a part of that, or definitely because of humans. Let's see. So, other than bipedalism, another theory is that our brains were changing though, because of fire. So fire allowed us to eat more protein.
Right.
And that protein went to fuel our bodies. So we got bigger and stronger. But supposedly some of it also went to our brains, which gave us more brain power.
That's why my mother always told me to eat protein before a test.
Yeah. And so, I guess in that regard, so bipedalism, we could also, another thing that makes us human would be
well, no, humans
mastering
were
fire.
physically smaller than than the other forms of...
I mean, not all of them.
Well, we were smaller than...
we were smaller than Neanderthals. But see, I also heard something. So, Neanderthals had a bigger brain than ours. But I also heard something that maybe ours was more efficient or whatever, because we had started developing the prefrontal cortex. Because abstract painting, but I guess Neanderthals had that too. I don't know. We just don't know a lot because none of them are alive today.
Time machine, guys. Get us 10 million subscribers, and we'll build a time machine.
DIY time machine.
Just buy a DeLorean and just get it up to 88 miles per hour, which is really difficult to do in a DeLorean. Get it up to 88 miles per hour. Where are we? Just run into a freaking wall. It just dies. Hey, it wakes up. Where am I? You're in the future. Yes, you've been in a coma for 10 years. Oh, crap.
So comment down below what our next music video should be.
Music.
Yeah, our next music video,
Yeah,
as well
right,
as what our
music.
next DIY video should be.
Oh god. All right. Anything else to say about humans and Neanderthals?
I feel like we should have a third one. Two is a weird number. We need to have 3. It's a good
You're saying that our what makes us different? Lack of hair.
lack of hair.
Because Neanderthals have more hair than modern humans.
Yeah, I feel like that's like an adaptation to the environment, though,
True.
which could be attributed to migration, which could be attributed to bipedalism.
Yeah. Maybe different skin colors. Because Neanderthals didn't evolve different skin colors. Humans did. There's nothing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Neanderthals did. Maybe there were black Neanderthals and white Neanderthals. Interesting question.
So, what about? I do know that. So other chimps have opposable thumbs or whatever, but supposedly like our hands are just structured differently. To allow better precision than that. We could throw thumbs in there.
Well, I mean, the Native Americans always said our hands are one of the gifts from the gods.
So we'll have
The spirits.
bipedalism, hands, and then mastering fire, which could be attributed to better diets and then more brain power, which could be attributed to
Which
abstract
all
thinking and language.
Gave us. It's all planned to give us.
Yeah.
Geniuses.
And
Big
see the
brains.
savannah, but I guess this is how I throw maybe a god into the equation, because so we got bipedalism because of the savannah spreading out, and fire from the lightning, and then hands were just from just tools or whatever, just from our environment or whatever. Well, maybe there was a creator that kind of forced this all to happen. So like when God created the earth or whatever, but He's still with us all today.
No,
though.
scientists have proved why this environment changed in the savannah.
It was because like there were periods of rain and dryness or whatever. But why does it never go back though? Can it never reverse its effect?
It's a little hard to do it when we're currently forcing in that direction. Maybe it would have, but it's kind of hard to know now.
Yeah.
It's only been several thousand years.
Millions, 7 million
Oh
years.
yeah, right.
7
Well,
million.
but I mean, humans have only been around for several thousand years.
Well, it depends on what period you're talking. It's like I think Homo sapiens or whatever. It was like 50,000 years ago, but anatomically modern humans was like 800,000 years ago.
Still in the thousands.
I said, whatever.
Still in the thousands. It's not millions.
And then I think Lucy, the Australopithecus afarensis or whatever, was like 4.2 million.
Wow.
She was kind of bipedal. Kind of, I think. I don't know if she was fully bipedal, but they're nearing that. Wait, but see, that would be before... See, that brings up another issue. Do you consider humans solely Homo sapiens?
What do you mean?
So, obviously, Adam and Eve were the first humans. So this is another problem I kind of have. So Adam and Eve we consider to be the first 2 humans ever. Okay, fine. Maybe they're the first 2 Homo sapiens or whatever. The first people you want to call humans. Because if you want to call, Homo erectus or whatever, or say, maybe the first, hominids or whatever, human, because they have a different species or maybe a different genus name in that regards, they could be thought of as a lesser human. But I don't think it's right to think of Adam and Eve as a lesser human biologically.
Well,
So I would have to consider Adam and Eve to be a Homo sapien. But I'm pretty sure Lucy, who is not the same genus and all that, was bipedal.
she was kind of bipedal.
Kind of
Remember,
bipedal.
she had
That's
that
true.
weird thumb thing.
That's true. So things are still starting to perfect themselves. So when we're fully perfected to our modern form, that's when we could call
Well,
it.
and also remember, Adam and Eve made clothing. So the first
It's true.
humans that made clothing. There you go.
All right.
Question answer. Because I mean,
So-
they
so
remember
what
they
makes
were
us hu-
naked. They were naked, and then they took the fruit, made clothing, and
Ah,
God
yes.
was like, "The
So
heck is this?"
that's the answer. So what makes us human is clothing. That's the answer. If anyone ever asks you what makes us human, the answer is clothing.
the
Because Adam and
dreads.
Eve, we consider to be the first two humans. In other words, the first real humans that were not lesser in any biological sense to us. They created clothing. So what makes us human is
According
clothing.
to the Bible.
But we have to find a way to make them all, interconnect.
Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Get us to 200 subscribers, please. New videos and new podcasts every other Friday, noon, Central Time. And good night.